This marsh, glacial-like cranberries, was established in 1873 by the Arpin family. And they had originally purchased the property for lumbering, and they found cranberries growing wild in this area. And actually, most of the marshes in this township were started by just cultivating native vines that people found on their properties. We have 330 acres of cranberries that's supported by about 3,000 acres of reservoir. We've got a forestry management plan on about 2,000 acres, and the rest we just enjoy for what it is. So Phil's will take you out and show you what it's really all about during harvest and the gorgeous sights to be seen.
Well, here we are, standing right in the middle of a cranberry field. The first myth we like to dispel when we go out onto a cranberry marsh is that cranberries do not grow in water, but they actually grow in a very dry, sandy, well-drained soil. As you can see, we're standing in the cranberry field and we're not even getting our feet wet. So when it comes time to harvest the crop, that's of course when we flood the fields and go in with machinery to harvest the fruit. But right now, the cranberries are growing on a low crawling vine. Sometimes we compare it to a strawberry vine. But the low crawling vine just sends out runners across the top of the soil, and from the runners come uprights. And off those uprights comes our fresh cranberries. When you bite into a cranberry, there are 4 hollow air pockets which allow the cranberry to float during our harvest process. Also, they pop when you eat them. During the first stage of the harvest, we flood the fields with a very shallow flood. It's just literally just above your ankles. And then we drive in with the harvester that rakes over the vines and separates the cranberries from the vine. Fortunately for us, the cranberries float, and they'll pop up behind the machine after it passes over the vines. After all the cranberries are separated from the field, then we raise the water level up even higher so we can float the berries or corral the berries to one side of the field. At that point, we will, once we have a corral formed, then we can lower the elevator into the corral and lift the berries up into the back of a dump truck and haul them to a receiving station. So once the cranberries come off the vine and we're loaded into trucks, we take them into our receiving station where the fruit is further cleaned before we can take it to a processor. All the debris from the cranberries has to be separated before they will receive our fruit. So 1, 2, 3, 4 different steps to clean the debris out of the berries. And then it goes across a dryer, and then the fruit is actually optically sorted before it goes up into the hopper. Once the fruit gets into the hopper, then we can load it into these wooden crates. And we can get almost 1,200 pounds of cranberries per crate. And then these crates are trucked to a local freezer where our processor takes possession of them at that point. The processing plants operate year-round, of course. We only deliver the fruit 1 month out of the year.
We do have a visitor center, and we offer tours by reservation only. We explain the harvest, we give a little history. People get to experience what it's like on a cranberry marsh during harvest. Tours take about an hour or so, depending upon how curious you are. Cranberries is Wisconsin State's fruit, and Wisconsin is the largest producer of cranberries in the world. And actually, this township is the town of Cranmore, and it has the largest concentration of cranberry growers in the world.